So I'm very happy to be here and to meet you. So we did last time. So I think there must be those who came last time must be also here. So so I'm welcoming and thank you to everyone who receives the label, because the shape of the body, because the shape of the body, they receive the name animal, and the shape of the body that we have now, I don't know how long we have, but it's called human being. So I also welcome to say hello, to big hello to all the animals. They happen as last time I mentioned, but also many of those of you who've been studying, so you heard many times. So Sharipu, Buddha has two kind of hard disciples. One is called Sharipu, who is excellent in the psychic power among the disciples. One is Sharipu, one Arhat, both are Arhat. Sharipu was excellent in the wisdom among the Buddha's disciples. So Sharipu, Arhat Sharipu, so those two are Arhat who are totally free from samsara. They don't experience suffering of pain and suffering of change and progressive compound suffering. The suffering of pain is the suffering of rebirth, suffering of death, suffering of old age, suffering of sicknesses, and then meeting the undesirable object, meeting the desirable object, and even when found a desirable object but could not get satisfaction, all those are so. Or the dissatisfaction is the suffering pain. So then there are three types of 3 or 5 types of suffering with aggregates. So that they're free. They're totally free from that. Because the cause of suffering is not outside, is inside, it's the mind, and the delusion and karma. So they have totally abandoned that, totally ceased delusion, karma. It's the mind, body and mind is the mind. So they have totally ceased that. So therefore, they are totally free from suffering and true cause of suffering. Totally, that the delusion, karma, they're free. But they haven't removed yet the obscuration to fully known mind, called Sharipu, which obstructs to achieve state of omniscience, Buddhahood. So they haven't achieved Buddhahood that time. So they call it Arhat. So they are free, the Arhat, and the Sharipu and Myongkaljipu, they are free from samsara. So, a definition of samsara is it is easy to say, but the definition might be if you don't, if you haven't studied, then kind of might be difficult to say exactly. So the definition is that continuity of the rebirth. Of the continuity of the rebirth of the aggregates, contaminated aggregates, caused by karma and delusion. That is the definition of samsara. Contaminated, the seed of delusion and karma. And caused by, so that's the definition of samsara. The Lama Tsongkhapa explained in Lamrim Chimo, the great great path to enlightenment, Sakti Nyelenji Pungwe Junji Cha, the part of the continuity of the aggregates, contaminated aggregates. The caused by karma and delusion. So it says the part why it is mentioned part of continuity of the contaminated aggregates caused by karma and delusion. Part. So there are 5 parts to achieve, 5 minor parts to achieve enlightenment, Buddhahood. So part of meditation, preparation, part of preparation, part of writing, part of meditation, part of normal learning. So part of meditation, the meditator who actualizes the path of meditation, that one doesn't have to reincarnate again, because in that life, then it becomes free from delusion karma, totally free of delusion karma, cause of suffering. So totally become liberated from the oceans of suffering, samsara. So that even though it has been reincarnating from beginning as a rebirth, but because he achieved from 5 parts to achieve Buddhahood, it is part of meditation. So it doesn't have to reincarnate again. That's what we if we can achieve that, then we don't have to experience suffering rebirth. Because we don't have to take suffering rebirth, so no old age, no sicknesses, cancer, the cancer and heart attack, blood, sugar, all this, you don't have to experience. Finish. You are free forever from all age sicknesses. That's the end of going to make a shop to look young. So there's suffering pain. Oh, then comes what is that? Yeah. Oh, then there comes suffering change. Oh, all these temporary samsara pleasures. You see, it doesn't continue and it cannot develop. Whereas dharma happiness, through the practice, you see, dharma practice, happiness is dharma. Or you can continue, you can develop greater and greater and greater, and you can complete when you achieve liberation from samsara. You see, when you achieve nirvana, Oh, sorry. Then, especially after that, you become free from subtle obscuration, then you achieve Buddhahood, or omniscience, total cessation of the obscuration, not only gross but subtle. Then completion of all the realizations, you achieve Buddhahood, all of that. That's what it. So, perfection, dharma, all that like that. You can, dharma happiness, you can continue, you can complete. Where samsara pleasure, you can continue. So from beginning as a birth, we've been trying, like rimble of the water. You know, rimble of the water, never finish. You see, comes, goes, like that. We've been trying, not only from birth, we've been trying from beginning as a birth. So like that, you see, still we didn't get a satisfaction. So like that. So you can continue, you can develop. Still, we've been using from beginning to the birth, but still didn't get satisfaction, didn't get complete, not as dharma happiness. All that difference. That's because samsara pleasure is the nature of suffering. Then, yeah, let's go. So arhatas free from samsara means they don't have, they are free from also second suffering change. They don't have that suffering. So the third, those two sufferings come from the third suffering called pervasive compounding suffering. In Tibetan, the chapa dujiki dunga. So you need to be free from third suffering. If you do not want to experience at all the suffering pain and suffering change, you want to free forever from those suffering, then you need to be free from the third suffering, pervasive compounding suffering. So the Buddhist main focus to be free from is the third suffering, the pervasive compounding suffering. Pervasive, the aggregate, or body and mind, the aggregate, as you know, there's 5 aggregates. So, aggregate is under the control of delusion karma. So that's why our body and mind is the nature of suffering. That's why we suffer. Because the logical reason is that our body and mind is under the control of delusion karma. It's not free from delusion karma. If you don't want to suffer, then you must attempt you must put effort. You see, to be free from delusion karma. That's where you need to put effort, or you need to study, and you need to be free from delusion karma. So this is the explanation, right? This is the right explanation what the omniscient one, what we experience, and what omniscient one Buddha explained. Is why we have to suffer, why our body mind suffer, is natural suffering. Why? It's because it's not free. It's under the control of the delusion karma. So then whenever we have become free from delusion karma, that time the body mind doesn't have to suffer. the compounding, pervasive compounding. Compounding is this aggregate is a contaminated seed of delusion karma. From the seed rises again suffering and delusion. So, including future life suffering. So, rises suffering and delusion from the seed. So, that compound suffering, the seed, the aggregates with the contaminated seed. You see, the seed from seed delusion, karma, delusion and suffering rises. So it's compound suffering. So therefore, pervasive compound suffering, it's called. So, this making to focus our mind to totally free from oceans of suffering, samsara, you need to be free from the pervasive compound suffering. That's what mainly the Buddhists want to focus on that. So if you become free from this, you become naturally free from true suffering of pain and suffering of change. So then you achieve ultimate happiness. The blissful state of peace for oneself. Not just a few weeks, not just vacation, 3 weeks or few lifetimes or not like that, forever. So Lama Tsongkhapa said, part of the continuity of the aggregates, contaminated aggregates caused by delusion karma, the part. So it's specifically explained the meditator, which is the part of meditation. So even though reincarnating in samsara from beginning, but now you achieve the path of meditation, Mayana path of meditation, so you don't have to reincarnate again. Samsara. You don't have to reincarnate again samsara. So then you become, by completing the path, in that life, you become free from samsara. So that's why Lama Tsongkhapa said, part of the continuity of the contaminated aggregates caused by karma and delusion. So now, to achieve the ultimate happiness, this liberation from samsara, this blissful state of peace for oneself. So to achieve that, you need to achieve the 5 paths. There's a 5 paths to achieve nirvana, liberation from samsara. So there are 5 paths. So therefore, you see, you need to learn, reflect, meditate. You see, reflect, meditate. Train the mind in that. The mind becomes the path. Your mind becomes the path to liberation, nirvana, ultimate happiness. You see? Oh, that. So that's my just general introduction. We're gathering here, not only for animals, but we're gathering here. We need also, human beings need to be free from suffering, as well as the animals need to be free from suffering. So that's why I'm giving this general explanation. And of course, you need to receive correct teachings. You see, they explain all the 5 paths to the ultimate happiness. the liberation of samsara, see, you need to read the correct teachings from the qualified teacher who studied well. So, you see, so that you don't get misled or misunderstanding. So all those dangers doesn't happen. Otherwise, you get misled, and if the teaching what you're taught is mistaken, then you are misleading. So here the center. Name? Gattendaling. And the Geshe-la. Here the Geshe-la studied in all his life, studied well extensively in the monastery. So then he's teaching with that qualification. Yeah. So well started. You see, started through by checking, debate through checking. So not just only believe it, but through analyzing whether it's a correct path. You see, so like that. So in another sentence, we have a qualified teacher who knows the whole path. Then you see correct teaching, then you can meditate, you can exercise the path, then you can be free from samsara, all the sufferings. And that is why we can do this. That is the nature of our mind. We as a Buddha nature, you see, the ultimate nature of our mind. You see, the ultimate truth, the nature of our ultimate nature of mind, the ultimate truth, that is Buddha nature. So, because of Buddha nature, that's why there's a basic reason why we can do this. As we suffering is created by one's own mind, by ignorance. So same thing, you can be free from the suffering by actualizing path, right path, the Four Noble Truths. By understanding the true suffering, true cause of suffering, and then you understand the cessation of the suffering, or then you can achieve that by actualizing true path. So, then you learn, reflect, meditate on that path. You see, all like that. So I began to talk with the Sharipu, Buddha's disciple, Sharipu. So Sharipu went for alms. So he saw one family. And you see, so the father of the family, the son's family son, his father used to catch fish backside the house. He used to catch fish from backside the house. So what happened? Because he did many times. So what happened was due to that karma. Then when he died, he was born as fish backside the house. And the son's enemy, the son's mother, when she died, she was attached to the home. So she was born as dog to the family house. And the enemy of the son attached to his wife. So the enemy died and born to the wife. So he was carrying a child on his leg. So that was the incarnation of his enemy. Is a past life, the son's enemy. So attached to his wife, son's wife. So it's born to the wife. They became child. So son was carrying his enemy on the left. Then his mother attached to the home when he was dying, born as attached to home, so born as dog. Then you see sitting in the front of the son who was eating the fish, but the father was born as fish, then he catch the fish with the past life of his father. So he was eating the fish with the past life of the father, you see? So the dog is sitting in the front of him, waiting for the bones, waiting for the bones of meat, so waiting, you see. Then the son was hitting the dog with a stick. So he said, and then, Pasha Sachi Marathon, eating the flesh of the father, beating the mother, carrying the enemy that is born on his lap. I laugh at the samsara existence. You know, all the change of samsara is a different life, nothing definite, you see. But, you know, incredible, unbelievable change. Something that changes even within our life. But you see, those relationships changes life to life, but totally different, you see. So he said, I laugh at the samsara existence. So, therefore, just like this example. You see, I think many of the animals we keep, like horse, cows, or cat, or dog, you see, different animals that we keep as a pet or whatever for work, for business, what. Many of this, not all, but many of this, you see, our recent past life, father, mother, brother, sister, they're born, you see, into animal realm. So like that. That was the purpose. That was the reason why they are with you. That's the reason, logical reason why they are with you. You see, like that. But of course, you know, they have been your father, mother, generally numberless times. Numberless times. They've been your brother, sister, all that. Like this example of the family. Numberless times from beginningless birth, the consciousness, continuation of our consciousness has no beginning. And similar, the cause of suffering, the delusion, continuation of that has no beginning. But if you practice dharma, of course, you can seize that. You can be free from suffering because you can end that. You can seize the delusion. You see, by learning, by actualizing the path. You see. the part of nirvana, the part of enlightenment. You can do that. So, as I mentioned, you see, so like that. But many, I think usually, your close, your recent past lives, father, mother, brother, sister, like that. All those connections. So that's why this time you're there with you. So some are, of course, you see, some could be zillion eons ago. You see, having father, mother, sister, brother, all that. So, but not recent your past lives, but zillion, trillion, or numberless eons ago. Some could be like that. Many could be like that. So, generally, any insect, looking beautiful, like butterflies, the peacocks, looking beautiful or so ugly, so frightened, poisonous, whatever, everyone has been your mother. Everyone has been your mother, your father, so everything is same. Numberless, not the one time, numberless times from beginning to birth. Numberless times. So that's why the teaching, in the meditation practice, the teaching says the omniscient one, kind of omniscient one. Buddha said, so important, all sentient beings being your mother and kind, so important to think of the kindness towards you. So like that. So therefore, it's so important. Many of them, you see, our pets and the animals that we keep, and that have been with us have been recent years, recent past life. Your recent past life, mother, father, so forth. So therefore, Kadure, not on that, Kadure, numberless eons ago, and like this, they've been mother, father, whatever, numberless times, been kind to you. So therefore, it's very important to cherish them, to take care well. So important. To repair kindness. To repair kindness to them. They've been kind to us from beginningless rebirth. Also, to repair kindness, you see, to them. So take care well. If you, of course, if your mind is open to, of course, shelter and give food and drink, of course. But the most important thing is, you see, we need to help them to be free from suffering of samsara. Not only that, free from suffering of samsara means then forever no suffering. It doesn't experience suffering. All that ultimate happiness. Then to achieve enlightenment, the total cessation of suffering, completion realization, that's peerless happiness. Everyone to achieve that. So therefore, just give food, just give delicious food, shelter, and that's good, but not enough. So if possible, if you can understand, if possible, recite mantra, recite Om Mani Padme Hum at least Compassion Buddha's mantra, recite in the ear of the pets, horse, cows, whoever you have, recite the mantra. Not only give food, but recite the mantra loudly in the ear. So they plant the seed of enlightenment, peerless happiness. Not only nirvana, freedom, samsara, but enlightenment, peerless happiness, total cessation of the obscurity, completion, realization, or plant seed, when you recite the mantra. So there are different mantras, different medicine Buddha mantra, or different Buddha's mantra, or in the ear, recite. Or then short, you can recite other, the short prayer, gradual path to enlightenment, short prayer, or you can recite the three principal aspects of path to enlightenment, all like that, you see, containing the important basic path, renunciation, bodhicitta, the right view, so forth, other recite in the ear. So good. Those are all then the plant seed of not only liberation but enlightenment. Or it makes them all to achieve enlightenment. Free from samsara, achieve enlightenment. Oh, that's the best. That's the best. To help the human beings, the animals, all like that. So the Vasubandhu, Pandit from Nalanda, so Vasubandhu wrote Abhidhamma Gosha, so he recites Abhidhamma Gosha every day. So here's a pigeon on the roof. So pigeon hears this every day, but doesn't mean to understand meaning. He hears the words. So one day the pigeon died, and the Vasubandhu Pandit, he checked with his psychic power, and he saw the pigeon was born way down there, one family, became a child. He born as a human being. And so, then one day he went down to ask to give him the child. The family gave the child to him. Then he brought up to his place. Then he became a monk, Lotan. His name is Lotan. So, because when he was a pigeon past life, so he became an expert in the subject of Abhidhamma Gosha. He wrote 4 commentaries. But my Guru Tabja Sachin said, he didn't hear much Madhyamika before. So he has some difficulties learning Madhyamika subject. So he became expert. He wrote 4 commentaries of Abhidhamma Gosha. So it's about all like that. Life before, he just heard words, but next life, born a human being, not only that, he was able to be monk. So able to born a human being first, because hearing Dharma words become great purification. So that's why he was born a monk, born a human being, the pigeon. Monk. Oh, then it's about all like that. Then you see, something if you recite the mantra prayers to those correct prayers to our animal that we kill, you see, if you give a bird or whatever, you see, you recite the mantra in 1 week as much as possible, or if best every day, or then they become expert and they actualize part in their heart, in their mind, you see. Oh, then they could achieve enlightenment. Become free from samsara and they achieve enlightenment. Oh, that's the best repair kindness. So one of the things what we can do. In one retreat, I was doing a retreat at Tishida one time. So I didn't get any realization, but my realization was realization path. But what made me to be aware, there was a long time ago at Kapon in Nepal. So in the early times, we had some dogs, and didn't take care at all. It's up to the cook. One small young monk making food for Lama Yeshe, my teacher, Lama Yeshe and myself. You see, it's totally up to him whether he give food or not to the dog. So totally up to his hand. We never, I never look after them. You see, so that thought came in my mind during the retreat. So I kind of regret very much. It's a realization part, the spirit part. My mind was become aware of that during that time, all time. At Kapon didn't look after my dogs well. So it's up to the cook, the young monk who was cooking for food for us. So up to him whether he give food or not. So it came like that. Or just myself just try to generally purpose of your life is to not harm other sentient beings, to benefit others. That's the purpose of life. To cause happiness to others. So anyway, just try liberty what I can. So we in the Aptos in America, California, Aptos, they every week liberated. We have their sanghas, nuns, monks. So we liberate. Also, people come from outside, Chinese and so like that. Different come to liberate the animal, so frogs, and we buy the fishing worms. We buy fishing worms. Quite a number. But then do prayers, and take them around. Each person take them around the stupa, and as much as possible. Then we have blessed water. Then when they put the fishing worms on the ground, they put the after the so anyway, we put the blessed water to purify the negative karma, so that to get higher birth. Also chant mantras, things like that every week. Sometimes also the frogs and different animals. Then at Washington, we do every week liberate the animal. So many fishing worms we buy from the supermarket, fishing worms. So when we buy, then in the beginning, some of the shopkeepers they get angry because they don't have fishing worms to sell the fishermen. So that sometimes also later when they find out what we do, they will liberate them. So they become happy of that. And so every week we do that every week. And they also make charity for ants. I started with the two ant nest behind the house. So I have a text how to make charity for the ants. So bless tamba, flower grain, they mix it with the, maybe peels, Hison Dalamas, money peels, and the cash, you see. They bless water, Oh, maybe, yeah, I think so very dry. Oh, then you sprinkle on the ant, on the nest. So I started to nest. Then there are 2 months who were taking care of the house, making all the offerings there, water bowl and so forth, and outside the flowers. So they now increased 150 ant nests, make charity, samba, with the blessed water and all that. Make charity, sometimes more than that, 170, sometimes less. So like that every week. So try to make some charity like this. Then minute center do. The Singapore is the ABC. They did 100 million fish. They liberated already. Now the second time 100 million almost on the way to finishing. So so much. So the trying to help, trying to benefit. So not just buy from where it's going to kill, buy from that and liberate back in the forest. Not like that. So the monks they carry in the container, go around the stupa, Buddha's relics, go around the stupa, and there's a medicine Buddha statue outside, Amitabha outside. You see, so go around them, carry, go around them as many possible. Then recite, blessed water, pour on them, and then liberated in safe place. So like that, whatever you can. So little, even the ants, so like that. Yeah, that's the little, normal do. I have one thing to. So many years ago, I was in Singapore, and wanted to save some animal, frog, so like that. So they bought 3 snakes. Bought last night and this morning to liberate it at the reserved water place. So when you bring up from the stake on the ground, so they're a little bit like, I don't know how to say, they've been sick all night, so I think they're not active. So I thought, you liberate the snakes outside, it mouse, it frogs, many other animals they eat. But if you don't liberate, they cut half. The body is very tall, so they cut all the body half like this. Well, so much suffering, unbelievable suffering. So what do you do? If you liberate, eat many animals, frogs and frogs and the other animals eat mouse. So if you don't liberate, if you don't save, then the body is very tall, so cut half body. So much, can you imagine if somebody cuts your body, how much suffering you would have, pain. So even tiny tongue goes inside. You see, unbelievable suffering you have, a tiny tongue. You see, well, so then I thought, is what to do. What to do? So I thought, you see, conclusion is we help them to free from samsara. You see, we help them to free from samsara, so they don't have to give harm to others. So that's what they need. So, you see, you practice that. So therefore, for you to do that, you need to practice dharma. So you become free from samsara, so you can help them. So you can help them to be free from samsara and to bring the enlightenment, Buddhahood. Oh, that's what it needs to. You need to do that. You see, so I may have done some prayer for them, but but anyway, this conclusion, that's my conclusion. Otherwise, no end. So then, you see, until they samsara, they eat all other living beings. You know, all the time, they snakes, tigers, but they get born doing the different blah, 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 blah. So also yourself, same. You see, harm others continuously, life to life. Others, they eat you. Like that, no end. So the best way solution is through practice dharma. You see, you exercise path, you become free from samsara. You can liberate others from samsara. You can bring them to enlightenment. Okay? Yeah. So very important thing is that dedicate your marriage, pray for them to be as quick as possible to be free from samsara, to exercise path and to be free from samsara as quick as possible, and to achieve enlightenment as quick as possible. Dedicate your marriage, pray for this. Oh, this to happen this. Oh, that's the best help. That's what they need. What you need, what they need. So now, this is Kaswari. They have been our mother numberless times from beginningless rebirth. Then, during that time, they have been kind, for kindness. All the kindness put in the four levels of kindness. So, gave body, especially gave hidden body, so that you can develop your mind, and then you can stop harming others and only cause benefit, happiness to others. You see, you can cause them happiness this life, cause them happiness future lives, cause them ultimate happiness, freedom from samsara, cause them peerless happiness, enlightenment to them. Oh, that. See, so anyway, kindness gave a human body, especially what they, unbelievable kindness of the mother. Then they have been a human being before and gave you a human rebirth like that. You see, same as this mother. Then that's the first kindness. Second kindness, and they protected your life from hundreds of danger a day when they were mother. You see, protected your life from hundreds of danger. Oh, unbelievable. Now I don't have time, so just I mentioned the titles. No, unbelievable kind. In the womb, for 9 months protected, or then outside is, you see, protected from all kinds of obstacles, all the dangers, okay? Then third kind is bear the hardships. Mother bear the hardships. So day and night bear the hardships in the womb and outside for so many years. That's not only being a mother, as a human being, no. Being animal mother, bear hardship so much. Then fourth one, then gave education. Then gave it. Even the animals, they have their own thing to teach their children how to find food and all these things, you see. For example, deer in Washington neighborhood, they don't hunt, they keep animals. All the animals, they come, birds and deer, they come there on the ground, on their land. So the mother deer teaches the baby how to run. Then suddenly, if you run this way, suddenly change your running. Instead of run that way, then suddenly change this way. So that, I think it's tiger. So the tiger runs the way. So you change your direction this way, then it helps to limit the tiger to catch. So like that, for example, mother teaching the child. Oh, then like that. So there's so many. So don't have time. Then last one, the legend part of the world gave education. Wow. There's all kinds, including form. All that these animals, they've been once mother, the kindness, numberless times from beginning. About for example, when you're born as a bird, the mother bird to make a nest, and then in the center make very soft. So then you keep the eggs with the wings, keep warm. Then every day feed, catching insects and worms and everywhere. Then half dead, half not dead, if someone not dead, they bring the food in the beach, in the beach, and they feed the babies, So we've been baby like this, and every day, so many times, we are fed by mother with the worms. The mother has to kill it. So much negative karma, to take care of us. So many negative karma, all like this. So these animals that we're keeping out, they've been kind to us numberless times from beginning to say about this. Okay, so so now we need to repay the kindness, to free them from the oceans of samsara suffering and bring them to enlightenment. And then, for that reason, then, you see, I recite mantra, and then you could, if the animals are asleep, maybe you can kind of wake up. So then go round. So there are many tassas here, Buddha's holy speech and text. There's many tassas. So there's one Buddha statue. You go round one time, then you create cause of enlightenment. The animals create cause of enlightenment. If there's one statue Buddha, if there's 100, then they create 100 times cause of enlightenment, plant seed of enlightenment. So there are many. So here many. So good to go around as much as possible. You see, to take the animal around, and then by the way, also you get liberated. So not all animals, but you get liberated. We human beings get liberated. So the purifies the negative karma which causes to be reborn lower realms as we go around. And then it can cause to be free from, to actualize path, to be free from samsara. Then to free from lower nirvana, to achieve great nirvana, enlightenment. You see, if there's a one-hand sadhana, there's so many holy objects here, performed by the center. So therefore, go around as much as possible. All there many, how many holy objects there is, or that means the cause of enlightenment you created. You created your animal created. This is best to repair kindness or to help them, okay? Then now I recite prayer. Yeah. So this mantra is a mantra from Sutra of Liberation. Tavachambido, Sutra of Liberation. And by hearing this, then you don't get reborn organs. Each life you're close to enlightenment. You go to enlightenment, you don't get reborn organs. It's so precious mantra. So those who want to receive lung, I will receive lung of this mantra which I'm going to recite. I'm going to recite some mantra for the animals, and this also for us human beings. But those who want to receive lung, then you receive lung in this way. So this mantra is unbelievable benefits, but I don't think I have time. So stops rebirth, purify negative karma to be reborn organs, and then to actualize the path, you become free from samsara and achieve enlightenment quickly. So all this mantra, there's the benefits. So I don't have time to explain each mantra. So now here, not only liberating animals, but we are liberating human beings as well. Myself, you, we are liberating human beings, and as well, not only animals, also we are liberating human beings as well. Cause to achieve enlightenment. Sanye Jodan Soje Jonam La Chandra Badu Dan Jabu Che Dage Chuse Dive Sunan Dola Benje Sanje Duba Sho. Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dhammaya, Namo Sanghaya, Adente Dharani, Tata Gachin Ebabine, Savadamane, Bane Vichavane, Savadamane, Vichavane, Savadamane, Vichavane, Bibala Savam, Buddha Namo Dhamma Sangatana, Tata Gachin, Savadamane, Bane Vichavane, Bibala. Bibula, sorry. I recite, but against stuck. Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dhammaya, Namo Sanghaya, Agachin Ebabina, Savatamane, Vanivishana, Bivishana, Vimala Sabara, Damanda Kana, Baluna, Tala, Bima, Tala, Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dhammaya, Namo Sanghaya, Adente, Dharani, Tata, Agashana, Bhavini, Savadamani, Vani, Ishamana, Pibashana, Bimala Subari, Dhamani, Khana, Varuna, Taya, Dhamani, Tale, Hulu, Shivita, Mandra, Soha, Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dhammaya, Namo Sanghaya, Adente, Dharani, Tata Agashana, Bhavini, Savadamani, Vani, Ishamana, Vivashana, Vimala Somari, Damani, Khana, Baruni, Tamale, Chale, Hulu, Shivete, Menda, Soha, Nama Buddhaya, Nama Dhammaya, Nama Sanghaya, Aditya Dharanya, Tata Agashana, Bhavini, Savadamani, Vani, Ishamana, Vivashana, Vimala Somari, Damani, Khana, Baruni, Tamale Tale, Hulu, Shivita, Menda, Soha. Oh, this, you never get reborn or realms by hearing this mantra. By hearing, by reciting, even just one time. Om Pamo Shin Jabemalo, 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 Om Tayata Om Bega the Bega the Ma Bega the Bega the Samanga the Soa. Tayata Om Bega the Bega the Ma Bega the Bega the Samanga the Soa. Tayata Om Bega the Bega the Ma Bega the Bega the Samanga the Soa. Tayata Om Bega the Bega the Ma Bega the Bega the Samanga the Soa. The immovable Buddha, Michupa, immovable Buddha's mantra, it has incredible benefit by seeing this. Just by seeing this mantra before you die, at the time of death, even you see this mantra, then you purify completely all the negative karma or aboriginal dharma. That is so heavy, that heavier than destroyed all the temples, all the statues, all the stupas, all the sculptures in the world, more heavy than that. So all those heavy negative karma, abandoned holy dharma, totally get purified by seeing the mantra later, in the death time. So, because you are follower of the practitioner of the reciprocal path, then you criticize the Mahana teaching, Sutra, Mahana Tantra is not Buddha's teaching, or criticizing, putting down, not respecting because you are Mahana practitioner Sutra, then you put down those who are practicing reciprocal path. All that saying, put them down. So, you don't have respect, faith in that, devotion to that. So that aboriginal dharma. Or then because you are Tantra practitioner, Mahayana Tantra practitioner, then you put down the Mahayana Sutra, or put it down, you see. You don't have devotion, that teaching, that's aboriginal dharma. So like that. Then criticize the Aya Sanghas, very heavy karma, you get purified those karmas, and then other karmas. Namo Ranataya Kangani Rotana Tasna Patina Sakama Parapan Savatana Soa Namarantaya Kangani Rotana Tasna Patina Sakama Parapan Savatana Soa Namarantaya Kangani Rotana that's the longest cherished mantra. It is unbelievable benefits. Reciting is one time, same as reciting 100,000,000 times Om Mani Padme Hum. If you recite this mantra, then when you die, all the Buddhas come down to you and they stretch out their hands to you. Then you get born in Pure Land wherever you wish to be born. At that time, you get born in Pure Land, Buddha, wherever you wish to be born. And then never get reborn lower realms. Because the compassion Buddha meant prayer. Anybody who recites this mantra, if they get born lower realm, may not be enlightened. But he was enlightened a long time ago. Who recites this mantra, then all the wishes in this life get succeed. If that doesn't happen, this mantra only called compassion mantra. Then you recite this mantra, and then you enter in the ocean, lake, ocean, river. You see, you wash, you go in the water. Any fish, any creatures live in the water, even the people, even other people, whom that water, where you got inside, you recite this mantra, or who got the, even the people who got the water, touch the water with their body, those people who swim, who wash, also even the animals, or is it those numberless animals in the ocean, whom the water touched them or did them. So much heavy negative karma from past life got completely purified. Then they get born, and they get born in the pure Amitabha Buddha's pure land, in the lotus. They become free from rebirth in the womb. They become free from the heat, birth from the heat, from the egg. They don't experience this birth. There's no question who recite daily, who keep the mantra, no question. Who recite this mantra entering the path, and the wind, strong wind comes, touch the person's body, hairs, person's hairs, and the person's the head, the hairs, even touch the cloth, person's cloth. Then the wind goes away, touch other beings. Then touch other beings. All they heavy negative karma collected in the past, completely get purified. Those heavy negative karma, completely get purified. They never get reborn the Lord realms. Never ever get reborn the Lord realms. Always they get born in the front of Buddha. Always, your future life is always upper realm. And so always Buddha Sabbath around. There's a unbelievable benefit. So this water that I gave you, much of the mantra is this one. And Om Mani Padme Hum. There were other mantras. So if you drink this, if you order, anybody has a container blood, then that's not only for animals, it's for human beings can drink, or people who are dying with the cancer, dying, people who are dying, very sick, can give the water. Okay. Namo Ranataya Dhamaya Vargadishwaraya Ude Satoya Ma Satoya Magara Nigaya Tayato Amasa Bandana Setanagaraya Sababa Samudro Suganagaraya Sabaya Deva Samanagaraya Sabayutu Badaba Vinashanagaraya Sababaya Shudaranagaraya Tasaya Namasaketa Idama Valugate Shwaraya Tava Nela Kindanama Paramaridayam Abhataya Chami Sabata Satanam Shubhatadanam Savabudanam Baba Maga Bishadagam Tayata Avalukate Shara Aloke Adipatuloka Editente Mahabodhasato Ye Bodhisato He Mahabodhasato Ye Priya Bodhisato He Magarunika Mahasamarardayana Aolukate Charaya Paramiritanaka Runika Guru Kama Sataya Sataya Vedanam Deye Deye Mearanga Megama Mearanga Mam Gama Mengama Zayuki Shura do berende ma berende dara 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 ne shola tara tara bemala mude ayawal de shora jena gena tata mugota alam geda shora ramba balamba belamba ma sita belata amara bala mahabala mara 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 tara tara ma tara krishna bhaja nikahatan heba ma sita tara tara ne tara chere Krishna Savakita Yaja Bhaveda E Mahabara Mugati Purata Neshwara Narayana Palat Rupa Bekatara He Nilakanda He Mahalala Bikani Jata Logasaya Rakabena Benashana Dakabena Benashana Moabika Benashan Mokana Hulu Muta Muta Ravala Hala Hala Hare Mahata Bamanabe Sara Sara Siri Sura Buddha Bodaya Tava Nilakanda Pamatinda Maska Muga Hasasa Muda Mahatata Hasaya Bobo Mahasida Yugashara Bandabana Badasana Sada Vidya Samaratam He Bhagavan Aloka Bilokatam Tatagadana Daita Ime Datana Kamasaya Pasadame Swa Sidaya Swa Mahasidaya Swa Sidaya Shuraya Swa Nilakandaya Swa Bara Mugaya Swa Mahabara Mugaya Swa Narasingha Mugaya Swa Mahanarasingha Mugaya Swa Maza Sataya Swa Maham Bedasataya Swa Sita Bedasaya Swa Mahasita Bedasaya Swa Pemahataya Swa Mahapamahataya Swa Krishna Sabakita Yaja Bhavedaya Swa Mahamala Mugutta Taraya Swa Chadayata Taraya Swa Shankara Shavatanina Danakaraya Swa Bodhana Karaya Swa Mamadeva Kanda Desha Kanatanaya Swa Mama Sada Bhagaratama Tamanira Abhatanaya Swa Lokeshwaraya Swa Ma Lokeshwaraya Swa Savasideshwaraya Swa Raja Mama Swa Kuru Raja Mudranam Swa Anama Bhagavate Avalokadeshwaraya Buddha Sudaya Mahasudaya Mahaguru Nikaya Siddhanturam Amada Patane Swa. Oh, that's the longest Chinese mantra. Now the middle one. Thousand I mantra. Namo Nantaya Namam Bhagavate Jamune Nataya Namakina Sakara Berata Nambayarata Atagataya Namasa Tadakataya Arata Singha Sambuddha Namasa Arata Singha Sambuddha Maswata Takata all Gidachara Buddha Sataya Mahasudaya Mahakura Nirahate run away, long way, other mantra. Namo Nataya Namakina Sakara Berata Pagara Datakatana Maswata Takataya all the Buddha Sataya Mahasudaya Mahakaruni Atatom Daratara Duru Idivara Tala Patala Kusuma Mari eliminated the Abana Soma Namarantaya Namakina Sakara Peratana Bayara Sakatama Sota all the Shure Bodha Sutaya Mahasudaya Mahakaruni Andara Mahatma Makaruni Tatom Daratara Duru Idivara Tala Patala Kusuma Mari eliminated the Abana Soma Namarantaya Namabhagavate Namaranta Namakina Sakara Peratana Bayarata Atakataya Arada Singha Samadama Singha Sambuddha Namaswata Ramde Shuraya Bodha Sudaya Mahasudaya Mahakurinigaya Tayatam Daratara Duru Idivara Tara Pasala Pasala Kusuma Kusuma Elemena Tudazala Avanaya Soha Omani Pamel Omani Pamel Omani Pamel Omani Pamel Omane Pema, 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 now the Mithya Buddhist mantra. So Om Mani Padme Hum has like the limitless sky, infinite benefits. Namo Ranantaya, Namo Bhagavate Sijamunaya, Tathagata Arahata Sanya Samambudaya, Tayato Oma Aditya Aditya, Avaraditya Aditandaya Aramete, Avalugate Karakarama Samaya, Siddhi Bhara Bharama Bodhe Mandabe Samara Mara Samaya Bodhe Bodhe Ma Bodhi So, Om Maya Maya Ma Muye So, Om Mani Mani Mara Soha Namadhanataya Nama Bhagavate Sijamunaya Adhagadaya Arahate Sanya Samudaya Tayato Oma Jidya Jidya Avada Jidya Jidandaya Hara Hara Meti Avalugajaya Karakarama Samaya Siddhi Bhara Bhara Ma Bodhi Mandabe Samara Mara Makama Samaya Bodhi Bodhi Ma Bodhi Soha Om Maya Maya Ma Maya Soha Om Mani Mani Mara Soha Namadhanataya Nama Bhagavate Sijamunaya Tathagata Arahate Sanya Samambudaya Adaya Om Aditya Aditya Avaditya Aditandaya Aramete Avalugate Karakarama Samaya Siddhi Bhara Bhara Ma Bodhi Mandabe Samara Mara Evakama Samaya Bodhi Bodhi Ma Bodhi Soha Om Maya Maya Ma Maya Soha Om Mani Mani Mara Soha. Mithya Buddhist mantra, if you hear, we never get a full audience. And then you get born as will-turning king, or you get born as will-turning king in the world. When the will-turning king happens in the world, everybody is able to, mind able to keep the virtue, able to practice ten virtue. It also, besides inner wealth, realizations, and the outer wealth, it helps with outer prosperity, wealth. Then there are many other benefits, yes. About 9 something benefits it has. Okay. The Namjalma. The Namjalma, you never get a reborn audience by hearing. Om Namo Bhagavate Sarvate Japade Vishidaya Buddhaya Dharma Tayato Om Brum Brum Brahma Shodaya Shodaya Vishidaya Vishidaya Asama Samanta Avada Parana Gadaya Gagana Swama Vishidaya Aragata Ma Savatata Gata Sukata Varavata Namita Kekarama Mudamada Bhate Ara Ara Mamayu Sandarani Shodaya Shodaya Vishidaya Vishidaya Gagana Swama Vishidaya Ujinaga Vishidaya Parishidaya Sasara Misento Dede Savatata Gata Alugade Garaparameda Paripurani Savatata Gata Mahadea Jamembadita Savatata Gata Yadana Mudemane Mahamudra Bezakaya Satana Parishida Savakama Varana Vishida Udane Vata Nibadanya Udaya Mama Yasa Bijudaya Savatata Gata Samaya Adana Adada Mane Mane Ma Mane Be Mane Be Mane Ma Be Mane Made Made Ma Made Made Sumade Adada Buddha Kore Parishide Bivida Buddha Shide Dada Beja Beja Samara Samara Sabara Sabara Sabaraya Sabaraya Sava Buddha Dana Shide Shide Buddha Buddha Beza Beza Ma Beza 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 Bezola Kaba Bezola Baba Zamba Beza Bezine Beza Mabo Dema Bishiraram Savatatananda Kaya Parishide Babantu Amasa Savakata Parishide Savata Sama Shama Shasayam Buddha Buddha Siddha Siddha Bodha Bodha Buddha Buddha Modaya, modaya, bamudaya, bamudaya, shodaya, shod, vijidaya, vijidaya, samada, modaya, modaya, samada, rambara, swadaya, kataridaya, tarinadaya, mudaya, mudaya, mahamudaya, mahamudaya, madhavadaya, so. Brahma so, the short one. Brahma so, Madaya, Tadaya, so, Brahma so, Madaya, Tadaya, so. Brahma so, Madaya, Tadaya, so. So I don't remember exactly. I've got to receive the loom of this, but yeah, I may have received, but I don't remember 100%. Anyway, I read. This mantra, if you recite every morning, there's a morning practice I put together. Blessing, motivation, main thing is the motivation, bodhicitta, how to live the life. Dharma, or not only that, for sentient beings. So this mantra is inside of that. So they contain blessing speech, blessing mahala, very important mantras. So this, if you recite the mantra in the morning, then anybody whom you talk, it purifies their heavy negative karma, killed father, mother, arahat, caused black Buddha, this unit, Amada Sangha, very heavy negative karmas get purified if they hear your voice. So if I recite your voice gets blessed. That means no question, 10 non-virtuous actions, what they collected get purified if they hear your voice. So it is so important. Every single thing your body, spirit, mind can benefit to other sentient beings is so important. Nama 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 tenam tadakata ganga nam davaluganam kudinye yuda shata satanam kudinye yuda shata sahasranam ombobore tarine tari murgore tarvare so nama 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 tenam tadakata ganga nam davaluganam kudinye yuda shata Ambapori etare malugure talavare swa nama 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 tenan dadagata kanka nam davaluga nam kutine idasya sasanam ambapori etare malugure talavare swa. This mantra of Kuri, very powerful deity for purification. Namo Bhagavata Savatugadaya Parichodanaradaya Tatagadaya Arada Sanya Sambudaya Tayato Chodana Shod Sapavam Bijatan Shide Bijitaya Savakama Avarana Bijatan Soha Nama Bhagavata Savatugadaya Parichodanaradaya Tatagadaya Arada Sanya Sambudaya Toma Chodana Shod Sapavam Bijatan Shide Bijitaya Savakama Avarana Bijatan Soha Nama Bhagavata Savatugadaya Parichodana Tagataya Arada Singha Samudaya Oma Shodana Shodana Sapa Abamijana Shida Vijita Sawa Kama Avaduna Vijana Swa Nama Bhagavata Savatugadaya Parichodana Tagataya Singha Samudaya Tata Oma Shodana Shodana Sapa Abamijana Shida Vijita Sawa Kama Avaduna Vijana Swa. This is another very powerful deity, stainless pinnacle deity's mantra. Om Namate Adigadam Savata Dagadaraya Garabe Dola Dola Tamatata Gabe Sambara Mama you Sujudaya Mama Sapa Mama Papam Savata Dagada Samanta Uchiniga Bemale Bijite Om Bama Samanzoa, Om Namataya, the Ganan, Zawata, Gabe Zola, Tamando, Gabe Sambara, Mama, Samjo, Daya, Mama, Papam. Samata Gata Samanda, Uchin Gabe Male, Bijite, Om Bama Samanzo, Omanamatriya Digana Savata Dagata, Stay Agabe Zola, Tamando Gabe, Sambara Mama, Samjudayaba, Mama Zara Papa, Savata Dagata Samanta, Uchinega Bemale, Bijite, Om Bama Zoha, Oma, the Hamasambav's mantra, Oma Ahum Bazagura Pamasadu, Oma Ahum Bazagura Pamasadu. This is a very important mantra if you want to have success. It's called a special mantra. It's extremely secret and the sublime success. So if you recite this one mantra one time, is unbelievable, most unbelievable merit you collect. You offer a universe filled with the jewel of the Buddha, that's almost like not creating merit. Even though itself is unbelievable, but compared with this mantra, almost that one almost not creating merit. So this one is unbelievable, most unbelievable merit collected. So there's many other benefits. And then if you recite this mantra every day, then anybody who see you, they get purified. Anybody who hears your voice, they get purified. Then you get karma. So anybody who see you, touch you, remember you, all that so becomes so meaningful to other sentient beings. And then there are many other benefits. If you have a big project to succeed, and big projects, and the Haiba, or then even to achieve enlightenment, to benefit sentient beings, if you can recite this mantra, it's unbelievable. Om Bibala Karabe, Mane Parabe, Tatakatanin, Darashanim, there are many texts as Radhashanim, same as what is here, but in the book that some High Lama made the mantras for young lamas how to benefit others. So there, direction, not direction. Also one Imapa protection wheel inside direction. So I think that might be correct one. So that's what I try to recite. Om Bibala Karabe Mane Parabe Tadakatani Dareshane Mane So Parabe Bimala Asangara Gamere Hon Zola with the Bella Guru Gabe So Om Bibala Karabe Mane Parabe Tadakatani Dareshane Mane So Parabe Bimala Asangara Gamere Hon Zola with the Bella Guru Gabe So Om Bibola Garabea, Mane Parabea, Tadagatan, Darasane, Mane So Parabea, Bemale, Sangara, Gabere, Hon, Zola, Pedalagan, Gabe So. I received this from my guru, Second Cheshire Rinpoche, passed a long time ago. Incarnation, finished studying Geshe. Om Guru Hasabacha Sabasiti Palahu. 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 If you recite the Milaja mantra, then very easy to be born in the pure land where there's Milarepa, even just remembering Milarepa. Now the last one. This when people dying, when the people animal dying, please listen. You must recite this. When people dying, when the animal dying, when they're dead, not while the conscience there, they can hear. You have to recite loudly so that they can hear. But just mumbling is not enough. You just recite it, they can hear. Then they don't never get a reborn Lord. 100% they get higher birth. I have received this loan from Tabje Kundalama Rinpoche. It is generally supposed to be Nyingma, but he presents all the four sacred teachings. His Holiness received extensive Bodhicitta avatar commentary from him. He's a great Bodhisattva. Jamten de Teji Shabada Chamba Yang Daba Zobe Sanje Jetu Do Jala Cha Atolo Jamten de Teji Shabada Chamba Yang Daba Zobe Sanje Jetu Do Jala Cha Atolo Jamten de Teji Shabada Chamba Yang Daba Zobe Sanje Jetu Do Jala Cha Atolo Jamten de Teji Shabada Chamba Yang Daba Zobe Jetu Do Jala Cha Atolo. So if you see animal in the road, dying, or your pets, or whatever, all the people, all they must remember this by heart. You must know this by heart, so you can recite any time. And even yourself, when you die, you recite this. So that much is enough. So there's a stainless lotus pentacle teres mantra om pam ocean bemul anyone who see the mantra, who hear the mantra, who see the mantra, remember the liberated from the Lord, and you get born 100,000 times, Golden King. It is so many other benefits. So monk who fully ordained monk broke the four root vow, then born in the hell, then you recite this mantra, but remember the monk who broke the four root vow, then already born in hell, then you recite this mantra, then the monk gets liberated, purified, and get a higher birth. So it's unbelievable powerful mantra. So now we dedicate. Did all the past, the best and future marriage collected by me? Did all the past, the best and future marriage collected by me? 3 times marriage collected by numberless sentient, numberless Buddhas. Oh, because we made the bodhicitta, which is source of all the success, happiness, up to enlightenment, for oneself, to every sentient being, may it be generated in my heart, in the heart of all the sentient beings. And those who have generated bodhicitta may it be developed. And particularly, may the bodhicitta be generated in this world. Particularly in Russia, in the sentient beings, in the heart of all the sentient beings in Russia. Oh, that's okay. Then, Chancho Sancho Rinpoche Maji Pana Jeju Zi Jeba Nyamba Meba Kone Kundu Beba Jo. Then then I start. Tunye Tawa Rinpoche Maji Pana Jeju Zi Jeba Nyamba Meba Kone Kundu Beba Jo. Sara Kundu Jawa Tungabe Teju Sinye Mutu Tebe To Jebe Ngabe Lamsa Tinye Keje Tanyang Jawa Maju Chi Mejo Nanda Tame Chindan De La Chinja Se Chebe Indo Teto Joge Rinya Nanjo Jolo Tan Jebe Tentan Jawa Jo Ponde Lame Nama Tawala Keje Tanyang Lota Meje Jinja Lava Tu Amagu Je Lame Jela Sana Jawara Jo. Now we dedicated for the world. I did all the past, the best of which I managed to collect by 3 times managed to collect by numberless and numberless Buddhas. I made the world that happen now in the future to be stopped immediately. may the disease and the famines and danger of fire, water, air, earth, those tsunamis, all those, the ice melted down, the ocean creates, cause tsunamis, cities, all those dangers to be stopped immediately. That's what the global problems, all these water becoming too hot, water becoming too cold, many people, animals dying, all these global problems to be stopped. And may the perfect peace, happiness prevail in everyone's heart. That's what may the Buddha Dharma last long time, spread in all directions, from west and then may receive peace, happiness, and may they meet the Buddha Dharma, achieve enlightenment as quick as possible. To have perfect peace, happiness in Russia. Due to all the past, the person which are married to numberless and the numberless Buddhas, that which exists in the mere name, may the I who exists in the mere name. Achieve the Buddhahood which exists in the mere name. Lead all the sentient beings who exist in the mere name. To that Buddhahood which exists in mere name. Brahma alone who exists in mere name. Jamban Bhavachita Jamata Kunda Sambhatiyan the Jinda Tata Kunja Jetun Talot Gavadira Tanjara Dongo to the Sevi Javatam Jumova Kana Chudano Nagave Savati Yasamata Jiratum Moaraji Chijavatuna Vachudana Abavata Gija Sama Jivata Tunjamata Sama Ataching to Tuna Devetunya Tana Javalo Tantama Itama Yore Panjuru. So please go now, go round. Oh, now there's one day touch on your head or animal, touch on the head also animal, but till it purifies 2 billion eon karma and 40 million eon karma get purified, but think all the negative karma is collected from beginning, but totally gone, purified. That's so important to put there's less than 2 trillion Omani Payment inside. This is my prayer will. So that to go around, so it will correct much. And then this one, Pema Samba was really inside. And they pressed the mantra by remembering, touching, pure Grama. So, okay, thank you very much. I think then go around, okay? The blessed water is, you see, I don't know, aerobic container, and they can put it in animal's mouth. But if you are taking home, they can give in the mouth. And I will spring the body, but also if you have container, you can give now, or you can put it in the mouth, and but also at home. But it's also for the human being, not only for the animal. That's a mantra, blessed water. Purify my karma. So thank you very much.